Hello, this is episode 8, so welcome. Hopefully, I get to a gameplay today. Today, want to get into gameplay, prototype gameplay. So, this isn't the full out gameplay quite yet. Sorry about the reverb. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Cancel that. Yeah, so hopefully, we get into some gameplay. I'm still placing structures down where I need them and fixing some stuff. This is the labyrinth level that I created. It's cool. So it's been a busy week here. Getting the gameplay done, getting the prototype, move the prototype out to next week. So I'll have this level completed probably Tuesday next week. I ran into a few hiccups here and there. Uh, that happens with the actual blueprint, the programming. Just wanted to clean that stuff up and also patch up any art issues. Like there's some areas that have holes in my maze. Not much of a maze if you can get to the end just by going through holes. Most of these assets were pulled from Quixel on Fab Marketplace. And this blue wall, that is Super Grid. I used that to block out the level prior to actually building the level up. Like that's still here, but I don't believe I need it anymore. It's just hanging around. So I created the maze with this just block out, super grid block out. I use super grid because it's more colorful. So I don't get so bored blocking things out, but it's not something I would have a person actually play in. You could. It plays just like a level does. So, but I'd rather not make a game like that. It'd be cool to see a game like that. This is just not the game. Also, this week I created a new weapon for the character, which kept me pretty busy, and I updated some of his textures. Right? And I updated my GDD. It's always good to have some kind of outline, some kind of a document that you can constantly update on your ideas when you're brainstorming. So prototype, like I said it before, I like prototyping because I'm not throwing anything out. I'm trying ideas. I'm not blasting them before I even give them a try. So some things like nanite, I found out that I can use nanite to build games or end games, not to build games, which is I was hearing a lot of stuff about nanite is not good for games. Don't do it. And why not try it? And I tried it, and it worked great. Or great so far. This is prototype, so as more things get built up into the game, I'm not sure, but so far, yeah, so far nanite works, and nanite is great. It makes everything realistic. Right now, I'm using an unlit view, but if I switch it to lit, you kind of see how the lighting is. This is pretty much the mood lighting that I like, but by the time I get into my production, I'm sure it'll enhance more, be enhanced. I want it eerie, but I don't want you to get. I don't want the player to get. See, there's that gap still there. I don't want the player to necessarily get lost because it's so dark and eerie that they actually get lost. All right, so why don't we give it a try? See what happens. First gameplay. Here we go. So there's his weapon. There's a creature over here that may follow me, may not. Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah, he'll follow. I'm still working on that, but what I have planned is that creature will follow you into this labyrinth and chase you down. That's kind of the hardest part of this game. Oh, it killed me and broke my neck at the same time. So that's pretty hard. That's good. Kind of good anyway. So this is the new weapon I have. And the whole idea here is the character pushes his hand through the ground and he comes up with his hand. Oh, there's that creature. He just knocked me senseless. Now I'm trapped in there. And that's a bug I have to fix. So each time this creature hits me I didn't create this. I actually got this one from the Fab Marketplace too. But I just created the AI that he uses. So each time he hits me, he sends me flying, though. Right now, I'm trying to work out that bug. It's kind of hilarious. It's also very annoying. Uh, but I'll work that out. That's in the blueprints. Just got to be careful. I can't dilly-dally with my character because he comes up right behind me and starts beating the crap out of me. Yep, and he comes fast. Let's see if I can make it through. That's not going to be that guy now. He's already caught up with me. Where you are. Didn't even hit him, and I got blood sprinkles. See, and he'll follow you. Right there, he's hitting us. And I want it so that he even hits the ankle. Yeah. Tough to get away from. Jeez. Oh, he's tough to get away from now. I made him too fast. Nope, there he goes. Kill him. And there's the weapon. Oh, jeez. That is too fast. So there's a couple of bugs going on here. There's when the creature hits me, this creature that I have is supposed to be kind of like a moving nightmare. When he actually hits me, I go flying in different directions, and the physics gets all jacked up, and he kills me pretty quickly. I like that part, but I don't like the fact that he's so super fast. He catches up with me in no time, and yeah, and that he knocks me up in the air, and it kind of creates a bug. It breaks the character where I'm kind of walking in the air. There's been a few hilarious moments where he's hit me and the character will lose his head. I did not do that. I don't know why he's losing his head, but he knocks his head off. And I mean, maybe I'll add that in. That sounds cool for a death move, like a Mortal Kombat fatality or something. But I think it's a little too much for this. Yeah, he's fast. So like I was saying, that's my new weapon. And I'm still working on it. See how fast he caught up with me? I'm still working on this weapon and what it can do. And so far it is okay, but it's still not strong enough. I really wanted to do something that really knocks them down, and it takes a while for them to get back up. Right now it just knocks them down and they're right back up ready to fight. and they sometimes kick. He's right on me again. And if I hit the ground, it's like an earthquake, so it knocks them off their feet, giving me time to run. And they're so fast too. Right by. But that's great. The level is, I think the mood lighting will make it pretty scary. Those things catching up to you. I'll have their eyes glowing. I'm not sure what type of weapons I'll have for them for the final production, but right now I'm thinking something like just broken old weapons like knives, old swords, but they're broken, old rusty things that you look at it and you're like, I don't want to be stabbed with that. If I'm going to get stabbed by something, it shouldn't be that. Yeah, we'll put this back to unlit mode. Try to clean up this level some more. So this is a stash. I'm putting stash down where, because I also want it so that your weapons get broken over time. I don't want you to just be able to keep a weapon around. I do want that realism. If you're using the weapon and you're hitting enough, it gets broken down a bit. I saw an interesting documentary about, um, I believe I'm not going. I don't know if it was Mayans or Aztecs. I'm going to say Mayans, but their weapons were like the stone with pieces of obsidian coming out of it, and as they hit, the obsidian breaks. The obsidian gets sharper, but it breaks, and eventually you get down to just nubs of obsidian on the side of these kind of stone-looking clubs. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, and this has to do with different forms of different types of religion and culture kind of fused into this. So that is a great thing to pull from. So the weapons will be temporary, as I think they should be anyway. I do actually like the speed the creature moves right now, but I don't want him to move that fast the entire time. Like he really, when he catches up to you, when you're playing the game, I want you to be able to get a break and be able to look around and get your bearings in the maze and the labyrinth before he comes up and knocks you sideways. Get rid of these rings. I'm just checking for holes. And eventually, I mean, I'm glad it's hard right now. Eventually, I will get to the next ring. Funny enough, my son actually got pretty far in the game, but he didn't have the creature to worry about. He did have the skeleton guys, but not the creature. What I'm doing now is deleting, but also looking to make sure I don't have any problems with the wall as I delete the super grid, which in some areas makes it solid, and I will lose that if I, like right here, this doesn't seem to be touching the ground, so it'll be a hole at the bottom of that wall if I remove that super grid. This one should be fine. Once I check it all, I will just delete it on the right hand side menu, just delete all of it. A lot of programming kind of stuff, AI programming, has been happening this week as I get it ready for the prototype gameplay. And also, it will be on Steam next week. So I'll give you a link. You please wish list it, and let's get it moving early. but a lot of programming. So not as much art as I would use. I'm an artist. I'm not really a programmer, so it takes me a little bit longer to familiarize myself with programming side. Like that didn't make any sense. This piece of wall was just sticking out there. Trying to get it. Let me see if is it right now? Yeah. And some of these have to be cleaned up, so I don't want the textures to just boom and then you have this kind of shifted seam. So I'll have to add different things in there, rocks and broken rubble things. But I love the textures of the wall so far. And I love the fact that the labyrinth is very similar, even though some of these textures are different. It looks very similar, so it's easy to get lost. The landmarks are hard to verify. Even hard to find a good landmark where you know where to go. You know you've been there before. I've also been working on the maze part, and I at first it was a little bit simpler. It was just going through this labyrinth, and you get to it. Eventually, you get to it, but it was too simple. You just keep trying angles, and it seemed like you're going to get there. I made a. I had to change that up. I had to make a few areas where no, you actually have to go backwards a little bit and go back to the right path. And some of the paths don't lead forward into the maze, but lead out of the maze, but they are the right path to take to go into the maze, if that makes sense. So you're not always going deeper into the maze. Sometimes you have to come out to make it. And you got a bunch of things, but not too hard. And you have a bunch of enemies, but not too hard where you're trapped and frustrated and getting whopped over the head by the creature. The creature is his name for right now until I figure out a good name for him. But there is a backstory to this level. It's all scripted. I'm just putting things together. I've got very lucky on the marketplace when I saw that creature's. It was it's called Kraken, and it fit perfectly with what I was setting up with something from the storyline. Or not perfectly, but pretty dang on close. Also have to move these to make sure that navigation will be okay. So a lot of these bad guys, as you go through, I'm putting more bad guys in, and they work on a path. I've set up a path for them to walk around, and I'll have NPCs kind of here. They're actually beings that exist, but they won't harm you. They're just kind of here, and they're crazy looking, but they're not going to harm you, and they just kind of wander around lost, like a lost soul in the maze. Whoop, back up, back up. There we go. So it's easier for me to use the unlit version just to move around more. Just be able to move around. If I had it lit the whole time and I was moving things, navigation seems to want to update a lot more when I'm in lit version. And sometimes I get slowed down as I start moving things and duplicating things. My computer is not as powerful as I would want it to be, but it's good enough. And I really don't have any desire right now to get a new one. I think I'm good with this resource. I'll leave it as is. Okay, we're ready to try again. Let's do some gameplay. Please don't be behind me. Please don't be behind me. He's coming. He's coming. I like going this way, but I can go this way too. Oops, never mind. I didn't know that. It's a dead end. I put it there and didn't even know that. Tag team, that was a good one. See that? If you notice on that. And he loses his weapon when he gets knocked out. But if you noticed, when I hit the ground, it gives you that stutter step, and I'm trying to fix it or set it up. So when I hit the ground, this is totally customized. Hit the ground, it shakes for a while. It gives you time to clear out that area before more come in, because I'm going to create more enemies, and you're going to have to figure out how to get through it without just going for melee tornado time. You have to really do some thinking. I just spoiled some of it for you, but you gotta do some thinking. And he created this nasty looking glove. It does a lot of damage, and I'll have it do a lot of damage. All right. Wiped out. I mean, his body is just getting twisted. That's the ragdoll. So I have to work on that too. So sometimes ragdoll, and you can actually, what I can do is actually the physics, the part of his actual physics bubbles, these little bubbles. I can actually start shaping them better so he doesn't get so distorted with that ragdoll effect from getting hit and just falling down. But right now it looks like they hit him so hard, every bone in his body broke. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that for a second. And this is another great thing. You can change weapons whenever you want. I want to keep it like that. It took me a little bit of time to figure out. Sometimes, and that's another thing. I wish you were alive. And I gave him a knife too, just in case. So you got your big weapon knife. His animation's like a little hokey right now. But he's such a big guy, I have to really work on when it comes to production. And I love the shadows. So what's going on with the shadows now? Just getting them to cast that kind of eerie look. That's great. And my refills. And now I have this. I can always, let me see. There we go. Yeah. Okay, that big thing's coming. Right now, it's I have it set to be invulnerable. That big creature, so it's a little bit hard to beat. And these are hard to see. I love it, but where's it? That smokiness, I love that eeriness to it. I like games like Silent Hill where you can't necessarily make out everything. Right at me. See, right there, my head got There was a time where my head got whopped off, and so that's good though. Having little areas set up where you can pick up weapons and keep going. The way that it works now is I just have that set up. Like here's a weapon, there's a weapon. But uh, in the final game, what I'm going to be doing is set it up so there's dead people there. They're holding on to that weapon, and you're kind of going through their stuff and trying to find what you can if you need a weapon. So that machine gun I was using will be in probably in somebody's hands. They're laying there in a corner, all mutilated and stabbed up from whatever happened. If they were roadkill, it would be because of the giant creature with the tentacles. But most likely a skeleton got them. And like I said, I'll have give them rusty, stabby weapons, broken. You know. Okay, let me go back to the player. Set there from where he's at. Just start cleaning up the level here. There is sound effect. Let me see if I can get that to play first. I do have sound effects put in. They're not the best right now. That's another thing is getting good audio is pretty important. Let me see. No, it should be working, but it's not. Huh. Funny. It should be cutting right into the system. No big deal. Another thing I have to figure out. So audio, having good audio is pretty important, I think. I think it kind of builds the moments. Not only that, it can enhance just about everything going on in a game. There's my super grids. And I think I said this in a post, but I'm working on a tutorial. The tutorial is taking up time as well. The tutorial kind of links to this because what it is I'm going to build a character from start to finish and actually put it in this game and share that with you and let you see how to create all those parts to make a character work in a game from start to finish. So that's coming. I'm working on it. It just takes a little bit. And it also, I've been getting questions on the YouTube channel about certain features in Unreal Engine. I'm going to try to answer all those questions while I'm building. So this character will have dynamic clothes, dynamic hair, and still be uh, usable in a game. Cool. Start saving that. And as I'm wrapping up prototype, getting the gameplay ready, I'm also starting to work on all of the characters, getting their 3D look prepared. things will start to overlap a lot at this point. So this is the base for her. And this base, I'm going to have it available for uh, anyone to get if they want. It will help. It won't be a free download because I'm building it up. So it'll be something that you can get on the Fab Marketplace. But I will be using this one. I don't need to do that yet. What's going on here? Can't get this. Close that one. Can't get that thing to go down. There we go. That's funny. There it is. I'm still, working on her. She's very low poly. This hair is a base scalp that is just a starter thing to start, but the hair I'm planning to do, I was thinking about working through XGen and putting hair curves into the game, kind of like metahumans with hair curves. Right? But I decided to go with hair cards. I think that'll be a much better option for a game character to go hair cards. I actually did I would say about 2 years ago, did a fully, furred character that was done with hair curves, and I did all the hair curves for it. Tiger creature, Tiger Man, were tiger, and it was just so heavy. It was so heavy. There was no way, and we had to switch to fur cards, hair cards. So that happens. Here I'm just baking down maps. Should have baked an opacity. Yeah, I'll need an opacity for this one. Might be able to get away with just using that. Nah, I need a real opacity map. These little squares right here, that's where her hint is coming through, and it shouldn't be. It should not be, but that's probably because the mesh isn't smooth. And I'm trying to catch these things very early on before I send it out there for other people to take on. Let me bake a height map. I need all these. See what it does when I say opacity. Nothing. No problem. I'll come back to that. That. In Substance, I usually uncheck and turn off um, the vision of them while I'm baking. It seems to work better for me. This is one of those me things. And it might work better for you if you haven't tried it yet. Yeah, I can see she's not I don't think I smoothed her because that looked like that was a curvature map. Maybe that was the height map that came all crazy looking, all pixelated, almost looking like jagged. That's because she needs to be smoothed out. She looks smooth, but strange. Ooh. Shorts in torso. Wait. I know I got a normal map for that. No, that's the legs. That is the face. Oh, maybe I don't. There you go. Now, these were all projected, so they may be off. Yeah, I can see this projection's off. So we'll go ahead and see it, but I tell you that projection is probably off. Yeah, quite a bit. So normal map projections, sometimes you got to clean them up when the the sculpt that you're using and you're projecting onto a character are not necessarily the same. So I'm projecting from a previous sculpt that I have out there, but this is a new character that I'm kind of customizing really for this tutorial in game, so it's going to be a little bit different, and that is not going to work as well as I wanted it to. It's not too bad. She's a little rough here. Yeah, I can tell that that is not a smoothed out mesh, and I'll have to go back and do that. But more on that later. I'm slowly working through that, getting her ready so she specifically works the way I need that character work to work for the tutorial, which also, like I said, she'll be a character in the game once I'm completely done. Back to this wild labyrinth, and there's a lot of pivoting. Weapon's just not strong enough. See, he stays there, but he does eventually follow. And that one died. So you can see the weapon here. I got all kinds of parts in it, concrete parts. Oh, don't tell me the big guy found me, did he? He didn't find me. Thought I saw a tentacle. Fast. Not fast enough. So with this weapon, it should only take 2 hits. I may drop it down to 1 hit, but it's concrete, rebar, old pieces of car, all kinds of crazy stuff. Going into something that I nickname Rubble Fist right now. Rubble. And I put lights on the areas where you can actually pick up a weapon, but there'll be probably a dead person here. Take that person's weapon if you want it. And he can put have a slot where you can kind of put this on his leg, you know, like he's still holding it. He's not slowing him down. And he can take it, carry that around. That guy was coming. Check the corners. See, like that. I love that where it gets really smoky, hard to see. And then you pass it. Make sure I'm not followed. So I have them on paths of movement, but they can easily go right towards you. You know, they spot you from afar and they'll start running right at you. And I love that. I love that with monster movies too. Like there was a movie called Day of the Dead, and that one was much scarier to me than Night of the Dead, because those zombies sprinted at me. I mean, Night of the Living Dead, definitely a classic. Had a lot of awesome ideas, and the whole story was huge back in the day. And it's still big, little icon movie, but that Day of the Dead, where they sprint at you, and 28 days later, that kind of stuff, they sprint at you. They're not faster than a submachine gun, I can tell you that. I got lucky he's not following me this time, that cracking thing. I will set it up so if you do play this game, you will be following. Something like that. I love that. So I've set up these areas and there's total dead ends. You'll go wild and dead ends. And there'll be all kinds of things. Right now this is a light level. I'm just trying things for this prototype. There'll be all kinds of crazy stuff going on. As you get deeper, you know, the characters do change, so you're not completely like, am I just going in circles? So I do. I can see right there. I can clearly see what I'm saying. The wall is a little weird. That's just holes and stuff in it. I mean, yeah, not holes. I will have to address that. Do better. Even here, like you can see through right here. And I don't want you to be able to check things out before you get around the corner. So, gotta fix that. As for a prototype, I think it works out fantastic to show how the gameplay goes. That's where we're going. This is one of those areas that kind of dips you back out into the maze instead of going inwards. And so he has a whole different running style when he has on this, and different way of walking and everything. I kind of like it. . Yeah, I'm getting lost. I think he's kind of going for big strides when he's running with this big Rebel Fist Gauntlet. There's another name for it. And I'm so happy this is working the way it is. It crashed a bunch of times when I was first putting this together. It was just crashing. And there's another spot you see you can look through the wall. Don't want that. All right, we're going to go one more time. I'm going to take my headphones off because I think that's what's causing the issue with the volume. But I do want you to be able to hear the game, hear all the wildness. So we'll try it without headphones. Let's see, go in here and see, turn off. Oh yeah, let me say. Remember, I'll be on stream or I am streaming. I'll be on Steam next week, and the game will be up. I will share that link. Please like and follow and wish list it if you could. That'll help out a lot. Uh, Other than that, I am about to turn it off, and we'll walk through this gameplay and see what happens. Turning off my mic.